Another action-packed edition of Sports Tonight has just kicked off from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Good to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan on the show tonight. Interesting times in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Yesterday, I invited you on this show. I said, look, if you've not been following the NPFL, it's not too late. 3 away victories. Whoever, I want you, look, talk to me on this show tonight that you staked on Kwara United to go to Uyo and beat Aqua United by 2-0 before that match. Talk to me on this show. Incredible. Aqua United, they were on a fantastic run. 5 straight victories, but today, Kwara United went to Uyo and stunned the Promise Keepers. What a story. Enugu Rangers, they've been struggling in the league. They went to Warrior Wolves to also record an away win. We also have interesting results from not just Katsina. They didn't just play football. They're beginning to remind us of some of those ugly talks we don't want to talk about as regards the Nigeria Professional Football League. We'll talk about it big time tonight on the program as we take a look at match day 15 and its results. In Lagos, MFM made light work to record another important win over Jigawa Golden Stars. We'll talk about the Nigeria Professional Football League on the show tonight. We'll also take a look at the Basketball Africa League. We're waiting for the inaugural edition that will kick off sometime in March this year. And what's the need for Africa? The NBA, this is the first time they're collaborating outside North America to be part of a league. But I'm looking at it, what's the objectives? And in Africa, what is the need for our basketball? Because it will take place across 6 different cities. One of them is Lagos. And about 15 club sides will also compete in that one. The president of the Basketball Africa League will join us tonight on the program as we take a look at that league and what Africa can benefit from it, particularly when you talk about long-term development of basketball in the continent. We'll talk about the NBA Africa League on the show tonight. We'll also take a look at the countdown to the Tokyo 2020 games. How ready is Team Nigeria? And now when I talk about it, when I ask the question, I want to smile because 2020 is here. So what is the Ministry of Youth and Sports doing? We'll keep asking this question because it's a reminder that it is the Olympics, the world's biggest sporting festival. How ready is Nigeria to go to that competition? To compete? I'm hearing that the president of the Nigeria Wrestling Federation, Daniel Igali, will be the coach of Team Nigeria at that ranking series tournament that they're ready for in Rome, Italy. What happened to Coach Purity Aku? We'll get into the show. I'll tell you, but that's what I'm talking about. Daniel Igali is the president, but because he's been there and done that with wrestling, look, he's going to just brace up and say, come on, guys, let's get to the mat. Let me teach you what you need to do to win medals at the ranking tournament in Italy. We'll give you more updates on the show tonight. It's Sports Tonight on your award-winning sports-loving channels, television at the D Tigers. They are also getting ready for their qualifying qualifiers because they want to pick tickets to the Olympics. And it's not going to be easy because there's the United States of America in that group. There's also Mozambique, but we believe that the D Tigers have what it takes to get the tickets. Coach Otis Hewley, he has announced his roster for that one. So if you're rooting for Team Nigeria to have a male and female basketball team at the Olympics, then you should start rooting for the D Tigers as they get ready for the qualifiers. Sports Tonight on channels, television, wherever you are in the world. I invite you to be part of the program. It's the Fun Factory. What are you talking about? Last night on the show, I had Emeka Nwani, and he said a lot of interesting things as regards the English Premier League. For instance, he says we should just give the trophy to Liverpool. Tottenham, they emerged the richest club side in London. It's not Chelsea, it's not Arsenal. So I want to get fans of the English Premier League talking tonight on the program. What is it about this season? What's the major talking points from the English Premier League this season? Hashtag EPL, the Nigeria Professional Football League. Aha, that one got dramatic today. I see goals everywhere. I see 3 away wins. Even the places where we had draws, talking points came out of it. Arguably the most competitive league in the world, the Nigeria Professional Football League. I want fans of the NPFL to talk to us tonight on the program. Enugu Rangers fans, can we have a discussion? Can we? Yeah. Your team, are they back now? And who would have thought the heartland of Owerri will go to Aba and stun Eimba by 2-0. Eimba and that beautiful form they carried from the CAF Confederation Cup. Football is crazy. Tell me about it. Let's be part of the discussion on Twitter channels, _sports, Facebook channels, _sports. All our top stories can be viewed on our website. It's channelstv.com and on YouTube /channelsweb. If you log on to mthechannelstv.com, you should be able to download the Channels TV app for those devices that will always show you, just to help you keep up with the pace, because as I said, it's a racy, pacey, action-packed all the sports. So much is going down, and I want you to be part of the program as we have fun talking sports tonight. Let's get into the discussion now. Let me welcome Onyiwuchi Nwachukwu. It's good to have you on sports tonight. Yeah, wow.
Tight program tonight.
I know.
I mean, I'm so excited. Looking at basketball, the local league, and of course, on the continent, the African Cup of Nations, 2021.
Beautiful.
A whole lot to talk about.
Actually kept that one because we'll get into it. So many questions. What's going on with CAF? Are they using the AFCON to experiment? Don't they know that we cannot do things the way the other Europeans are doing it? I don't know, but we're going to have the AFCON. That's what I know is going to happen. Let's continue our countdown to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. It's getting busy now, and the organizers right there in Tokyo, they are getting ready also. 190 days only. 190 days to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. How ready is Team Nigeria? The Ministry of Youth and Sports, can we have a discussion again? Because it was a grand ending in 2019 with the Adopt a Talent program. 2020 is here, and I'm sure you want them to start talking again.
Yeah, absolutely, Austin. I mean, for these federations that are going to produce athletes for the Olympics, we want to hear their plans. We want to hear what they are expecting from the athletes.
Yeah.
We also want to know how, because I've heard severally that we are going to win some medals. And this thing is not rocket science. It's not magic. You have to tell us how you are going to achieve those aims. Which athletes are you, our prospects, the ones we call the elite athletes. What are you going to do to assist them, to inspire them, to motivate them? What steps are you going to stop them from taking part in some competitions so that they won't pick at the wrong time? Are you going to help them in terms of coaching, get more coaches, quality hands to train them? Those are the things we should be hearing from them. But as it is now, only the sports minister is talking, and the sports minister is not the federation officials.
I know, I agree with you. And because a lot of questions still need to be answered. For instance, when Sheye Ogunlewe came here, Sheye said, please, can we just understand, they adopted an athlete program. Is it for already qualified athletes? What about persons that will qualify in March? Some persons can still qualify in April. What are the plans they need for them? You mentioned coaching. The ministry, they've also said that they are giving technical depth. But each time we're only talking about the athletes. So it is important that now federations come out and tell us what they have in place for coaching, because these are the persons that will guide the athletes.
Absolutely. I mean, if we don't have quality hands to coach these athletes, then we are just groping in the dark. I mean, the athletes are as good as the coaches. And from all over the world, you are going to be competing against athletes that have, been coached by the best in the world. So, like you said, Austin, some years ago, we used to have partnership arrangements. We used to have coaches from Cuba handling our boxers.
There you go.
And I learned they didn't pay much. It's just a partnership arrangement, bilateral relations between Nigeria and Cuba. We can still go back to all those things we did in the past. As far as it makes our athletes better, as far as it will help our sports, grow. It doesn't matter.
There was a time we had a top German coach take Aaron Okwadri to a competition.
Absolutely. Even in weightlifting, we had coaches from Bulgaria. We used to have Dobrev these are things that we did in the past. So we can't go back to them and ensure these experts can help even our coaches.
That's the word.
Train them.
That's the word.
Make them better coaches. So if you don't have them here, you can, extend hands of fellowship, hands of assistance from other countries who are doing it well.
And before somebody would jump and say, oh, we don't want to promote our indigenous coaches. No, that's not what it is. Okay, we can even say our coaches are still in charge, but learn from persons that understand the current trends in the sports. I won't call this athlete name. He said, Austin, my opponent, when they call for break, his coach will come and start drawing tactics. His own will say, just return it. Return it. So you see...
Let me help you. It's table tennis.
I don't know. So what I'm saying is the ministry can, because they've gotten into a lot of partnerships, they've signed MOUs with different organizations, so we need to start looking into coaching. If they need to bring, maybe in technical director positions, to actually get our coaches to,
Also, let us give a proper perspective to this, discourse. It's not about indicting our coaches.
Yeah.
In the EPL, you have foreign coaches. Does it mean that the coaches from England are not doing? No.
Yeah.
If you are not, if you don't have the requisite policy, the quality, you can get that from foreigners.
Yeah.
And what you do is to tap from the knowledge they have acquired and make you a better coach. It doesn't matter. It's not an indictment.
And I think we can also make good use of the partnerships that they can bring. They're coming from a place where the model works. They can actually take our athletes, go see some of these things. Ministry can say, okay, we're bringing you, as we're bringing you, we expect you to do X, Y, and Z to make our own better. So as we continue our countdown to the Tokyo Olympics, we'll continue to talk about these things because it's good we ask questions now. Just so when we don't get answers and our athletes go to Tokyo, some persons will not start saying, you see, they will go to African, because that's what we say, they'll go to African games and win gold. And then they will go to the world now. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
There's a limit talents can take.
You are competing against the best on the continent at the African games. So you are not competing against the best in the world. So it's completely different.
Even at the African level now, if you don't prepare properly, there's a limit to which talent can take you. So as we talk to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the different federations, the sports councils, the athletes, the coaches, stakeholders, anybody involved, parents, family, anybody involved with anybody going to the Olympics, you're part of this countdown. I'm telling you everything. So you say, just in case, Mommy, I don't know, Quadri, you say, I watch channels and they said I should ask you if you're getting ready. It starts from there. So it's very, very important we do this because even the organizers, they said they are ready, that if we can have the Olympics next week, that they are ready. You see, they are ready with 190 days to go. And so the ticket designs for the Tokyo 2020 Games have been unveiled by Japanese para-canoeist Monika Seiyu as the second wave of ticket sales for the Paralympics began. Second wave of ticket sales. We're not joking. That's for the Paralympics. That's after the main Olympics. Organizers says the simple ticket designs, which feature the pictograms of each individual event and come in one of 4 colors, are inspired by the creation of fabrics for kimono, Japanese traditional formal wear. The colors, red, blue, purple, and green, and they represent each of Japan's 4 seasons. Tickets for the Olympics have been on sale since May 2019. You see, since May 2019, they've been selling tickets for the main Olympics, and the organizers say that 4.48 million have been sold so far. So when I do countdown, Austin, wait, Joe, Olympics is in July. Tokyo says if we want this Olympics next week, we are ready.
I mean, this is serious organization, top-notch organization. And this is practically the business angle of the games. And I mean, the people who want to go to the various venues would need tickets. And what better way to do it than to make it available a year before so that you can plan ahead. I mean, in some societies, people plan. They plan for vacation. They plan their life. They give long-time program so that the program won't get tight and people will start running helter-skelter. Yeah. But, sometimes I wonder whether we really learn from this kind of organization so that we don't have The problem we have here is that at the last minute, people tend to rush. And, there will be chaos, there will be chaotic scenes.
And then you
at
make
the end of
mistakes.
the day, you don't get the desired results.
And that's
But
why
if you take your time to plan, everybody, you apply for tickets online, you pay and get it, plan. You want to go with your family members. I mean, it's a kind of vacation because you're going to have several games holding almost at the same time. You go there, you want to watch wrestling, you want to watch boxing, table tennis, any sports that you fancy. This is the way to go, for goodness sake.
This is the way to go, yeah. I asked an official, why do you sell tickets at stadium, at the venue? Why? Why do you cause yourself that problem? No, it's a season game. So how about you just go and just get your season ticket? When you 4.48 million tickets.
That's massive.
They see, they know, they have the database. They know it has been open since May 2019.
It's strictly business.
Yeah.
And they have already, there's a target that they will have to meet. And that's why they have come up with this kind of,
Yeah.
we need to learn. When we hear all these things, we try as much as possible to domesticate so that our sports will grow. The business angle is lacking. And how do you get money?
That's the word.
I mean, ticketing is part of the critical aspect of, sports management.
Accountability.
Yeah.
So that when you go meet a sponsor, the sponsor knows that you mean business, that you're thinking thinking how to elevate his brand, because he can see that you've already done that for yourself. And I spoke to an official one time. We had a major competition. I said, Austin, didn't we get it done? No. You see, because at the end of the day, we play a successful football match, and then we go home.
And then you gloss over all the shortcomings.
Because after all, we did it.
People have to stand on the queue for several hours. Some get bruised, attacked by overzealous security men. This is the 21st century for goodness sake.
So
and we have to do things the proper
right way.
Yeah.
We need to do things the right way. That's the message, because each time we talk about international competitions, persons think it's about preparing an athlete and it goes, it competes, and it becomes fantastic if Nigeria wins gold. They say we didn't prepare, but we went there and we won gold.
But also, these things are workable. Sometimes you look at comedy shows and all the entertainment shows, you see them advertise online, get your tickets online through various means, and people go there and they make a lot of money. Yeah. So why can't we do the same thing in sports? It's such a shame that you go to the stadium, people are struggling, literally struggling to get into the stadium. And we shouldn't continue that way. We must grow. We must do things the proper way. And it's simple.
I've been to
it's simple.
About 5 English Premier League games. The last time I was at the Vicarage Road, my ticket, even though I got there late, you go there on your seat number. Those persons that have complimentary, they know where to go. And guess what? After, when everybody goes out to get a drink, same orderliness, you come back, go to your seat. And you see, these things are, no, don't laugh. These things are basics.
No, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I witnessed a scene.
And you like?
At the Lagos Salami Stadium.
Walk out, someone takes your seat.
Yeah, no. So a young man actually paid for a ticket. I mean, he came with his girlfriend or his wife.
Yeah.
By the time he got there, some gentlemen were already sitting there, bare-chested. And the stewards had a hell of a time trying to tell them that you didn't pay for this seat. These people paid. Why don't you stand up for them? We can't continue that way. If we want to raise money, funds for club, the people who are calling themselves supporters should also support the club. The other way around, the problem is the other way around here. The club is actually supporting the fans.
It will be difficult. I know of a match where state government has 5,000 tickets, taking it to the government house, and maybe only about 400 or 500 persons might even eventually come to the stadium, and then you waste it. So we must start thinking business. As long as government is still funding sports, then it's going to be difficult. We're counting down to the Olympics, but we're also reminding us the things we need to do to go perform well at the Olympics and get some lessons for the D Tigers. They are getting ready also for their Olympic qualifiers. The NBBF, the Nigeria Basketball Federation, they've told us that they will begin campaign on February the 1st. Coach Otis Hewley has released his roster for that event, invited players that will go get a ticket for Nigeria at the Olympics. Let's go on this break. When we come back, I'll tell you those players that Coach Otis Hewley has invited for that important Olympic qualifiers that the D Tigers will be going for. Don't go anywhere. Matchday. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're broadcasting live from our sports center in Lagos, Nigeria. You can be part of the program. We're taking a look at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. And right here at Channel Sports, we're doing the countdown to just understand how ready Team Nigeria is to compete at that world's biggest sporting festival, the D Tigers. They are preparing. They want to pick a ticket to the Olympics. And so Coach Otis Hewley has invited players that will take part in that one. Let's run through the roster. Elizabeth Balogun is on that list. Musa Mojanantu. Sarah Ogoke, she's also on that list. Ifunaya Ibekwe. Elo Edeferioka is also on the list. Evelyn Akato, star girl, is also on that list. Aisha Balarabe will come with all of the experience that she has into the team. Palas Kunai Akpana is also there. Adora Elenu is in the team. Promise Amukara, Sarah Imovbro, and Ezine Kalu, the D Tigress. Can they pick a ticket to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics? If they do just that, Nigeria, for the first time, will have a male and female team for basketball at the Olympics. Let's take a look at the technical crew that will guide the D Tigress to see if they can pick a ticket to the Olympics. Otis Hewley is the head coach. He's going to be assisted by Samson Sochimunu, Aderemi Adewumi, who's got some good experience from league basketball with Air Warriors and MFM Queens. Peter Amedu has always been an assistant coach to the team, and Shola Ogunade. There's just something about this D Tigers team and the momentum they've shown right from when they won the Afrobasket in 2017, went to the World Championships, came back and retained the Afrobasket. They've been showing strength, telling us that they can keep the momentum going. Picking a ticket to the Olympics will be awesome.
I mean, you just wrapped it up. These ladies have been very, very consistent. Last year, they retained the Afro Women's Basketball Championship, and they did it in style, defeating Senegal.
Yeah.
They won it the edition before the last, and they went to the World Championship. It shows that gradually, our women basketball is getting to be forced to be reckoned with, both on the continent and globally. So I think all we need to do is to support them.
Yep.
Make sure that they prepare well. And I think the Nigerian Basketball Federation are doing their own under this regime, supporting the girls, making sure that they prepare very well. And looking at the lineup of the technical crew, I think it has a lot of experience. Samson Shotomino, Aderemi Adewumi, Peter Amedu.
Yeah.
These are, quality basketball coaches.
And they know basketball in Nigeria, women's basketball.
And these girls are young, they are promising, and some of them have gathered enough experience. I want to wish them well, but if in the event that they are not able to pick the ticket, I think we should still continue to
with the team,
support them so that they will, sustain the momentum and move to the next level.
That's the word. I think they can. I'll pick a ticket. The journey shows are super confident that they can pick a ticket because two can qualify from that group. And the United States of America, I think, whether or not whatever happens, they have already qualified by being world champions. So let's wish the D Tigress all the best. Awesome work this guy, Otis Hewley, is doing with the team. I love the team bonding that they've shown. And if you look at it, some level of consistency also with the likes of Sarah Ogoke, Evelyn Akato, Aisha, Adora, Promise, Ezine Kalu. They've been in the team for some time. So
Austin, the advantage of having a predominantly young athlete is that you are able to plan for a long time with them.
There you go.
And they bond together, they pink, So it's very, very important.
I agree.
You get them at a very young age, and they start to learn the philosophy of the trainer, the bonds, they improve, the consistency is there. And, I mean, before you know it, these girls are already world beaters.
That's what it is. So the D Tigers, they will open their Olympic qualifying tournament camp in Belgrade on February the 1st. And when that is done, they will be ready for the qualifiers itself. I wish the D Tigers all the best as they hope to pick a ticket to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. I will talk more basketball, but let me give you updates coming from wrestling. The president of the Nigeria Wrestling Federation, Honorable Daniel Igali, the federation says he will step in as the coach of the wrestling team ahead of the 2020 ranking series tournament in the Italian city of Rome. Why is Daniel Igali taking over the team? This is following the robbery incident of the women's wrestling coach Purity Aku on his way to Lagos from Akure, the Ondo state capital. So now the coach can't go to Rome. President says, no problem, I'll roll up my sleeves, get on the mat, and teach these girls what to do at this ranking tournament.
Yeah, I mean, such a sad story for the coach. He was attacked by armed robbers, and he lost his international passport. He was stripped of his money and all the personal effects. I mean, hard luck for him.
Yeah.
These kind of stories, we really don't want to hear them. But, I mean, it has become a recurring decimal.
Oh, shame.
It's on the receiving end. So, but luckily, Daniel Igali has a valid visa, and he's qualified as a coach. Though he's the president of the federation, he used to be the technical director of the federation. He's also a qualified coach. So he stepped in.
An Olympic champion.
An Olympic champion.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the advantage of having sound people in the federation.
With the right people in leadership positions.
So he just, very easy for him to fit in and ensure that these wrestlers, have the right technical assistance when they get to Rome.
Awesome. I've watched Daniel Igali and his wrestlers. Goes with them, training, slamming, all of that. And I'm saying, you can't be one managing director in one company and you say you're federation president, or you are one senator and you say, because I have small passion, I can lead it. No, this is what we're talking about. So he's looking at the team, he understands it. So when your president tells you, for instance, hey, you're not approaching that right, you cannot ignore him because you know that he's got the experience.
Yeah, I mean, having won gold at the Olympic Games, it's a force to be reckoned with. And I mean, we need to give credit to Daniel Igali for what he has done with the federation. Remember that last year they almost attended all their programs, and he went as far as at great personal cost, sometimes sourcing loans from banks to ensure that these wrestlers attend international championships. So I mean, he has done a lot, and he must get the credit.
Pumping up the interest, always letting us know about wrestling. Look at wrestling, for instance. This is the file footage when they were getting ready for the African Games. Look at the unveiling ceremony, telling us that, look, it's all about branding. The first time, I mean, in the last 5 years, we've been talking about wrestling. They make sure that they put something in our mouth to talk about. And we've been seeing the results. From Mercy Genesis to Stargirl, Oduanya, Adekure, Aminat, Adeni, Blessing, Borodudu, Blessing, Ebuchi, Amaz, Daniel, Emmanuel, John. Every year we're seeing a new wrestler. So I was like, Austin, sometimes I thought it was WWE. Say, no, it's not the WWE entertainment. This is proper wrestling. And they have almost 15, 20 medals up for grabs at the Olympics. And that's why the president, I said, look, despite this sad incident that has happened to Coach Purity Aku, we must go to this ranking event because only they will get ranking points that will give them good seedings at the Olympics. So it's very, very important. So shout out to Daniel Igali, who also doubles as the president, as the commissioner for sports in Bayelsa State. He went on his social media page to tell us that Coach Purity Aku got robbed and his valuables, including his passport, were dispossessed from him. And so he said, I'm going to be in charge of the team. Blessing Oborodudu, Oduanyo, Adekuroye, Aminata Deni, Blessing Uyebuchi, and Mercy Genesis are the 5 Nigerian wrestlers that will be at the ranking tournaments right there in Rome. Let's bring the discussion back to basketball now. We're getting ready for the inaugural edition of the Basketball Africa League. What is it all about? What's the benefit for Africa in this one that the NBA has gotten so much interest for? It's a new professional league that will feature 12 club teams from across Africa, and it's scheduled to begin in March 2020. 6 cities will host different basketball events for the Basketball Africa League. And the Basketball Africa League, they've been doing so much to understand. By the way, Kigali will host the first ever finals of the league. Let's get more perspective as regards this Basketball Africa League. Amadou Gallo Fall is the president of the Basketball Africa League. Joins us now live on the program. He's in Lagos. Can't make it to the studio. President of the Africa Basketball League. Good evening. Welcome to Sports Tonight.
Good evening, Austin, and glad to be with you, and thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, too, for making our time. It would have been good to have you in the studio, but I can work with this one. Thank you. Let's talk about the Basketball Africa League, because when I talk about this, the first question that comes to mind from Africans is, what's in it for Africa? What are the benefits of hosting the Basketball Africa League?
Well, I think the number one benefit is to create a participation opportunity for the tremendous talent we have on our continent that up to this point, for the most part, only hope to be exported to go and play in other parts of the world in order to monetize their talent. I think, for the first time, the NBA partnering with FIBA to launch this property that we are going to build into elite, world-class professional basketball league that will promote inclusion, youth development, and create an entertainment property for fans from all ages. Anyone familiar with the NBA brand and in arena entertainment that it provides, that's what we are going to create for fans in Africa who will have a chance to see live talent, performing in the home countries, and certainly with the NBA's best-in-class expertise in terms of how to commercialize and run a professional basketball league. That's what we're going to bring on the continent. We are looking to build a real industry, around the game of basketball.
Sounds good. I know 12 club teams across Africa will feature. What is the format?
Well, we will play, as you noted, we had designated and announced this in July at Basketball Without Borders in Senegal, the 6 cities and 6 countries where the champions will be automatically qualified for the league, being Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco, Senegal, Nigeria, and Angola. And then we have 6 other teams that have come out of qualifiers that our partner FIBA ran from early October recently in Kigali, where the final 6 teams have been determined. We have a team now, team qualified from Cameroon, Mali, Algeria, Rwanda, Mozambique, and Madagascar. And we launched our logo on December 19th in Kigali, at Kigali Arena, during those qualifiers in presence of His Excellency the President Paul Kagame. Kigali Arena, 10,000 seat, brand new, that is going to be hosting our finals later on to conclude the inaugural season of the Basketball Africa League. Extremely excited about, really the opportunity to build this Basketball Africa League brand on the continent. Our rosters, would be made up of mostly African talent, but we're also going to attract elite global talent to create a basketball product that we feel in a couple of years is going to be right up there with the best leagues in the world.
And in terms of taking it across Africa, because I hear about 6 different cities will host, what do you hope to achieve with that?
Well, I think, we wanted to start with almost a caravan style, format where we'll bring the 12 teams will be divided in 2 groups of 6, 2 conferences, and we're going to have some announcements about naming the conferences. We've named the cities where the games will take place, like in Cairo, Monastir in Tunisia, Rabat, Dakar, Lagos, and Luanda, with the finals being hosted later on in Kigali. So I think really, with this format, what we want to do, and I think what really make the appeal of the NBA, not only we have the greatest athletes on earth playing in our league with incredible mix of talent and size and athletic ability, but also all the lifestyle component that young people are, and people from all ages are attracted to. Basketball is the perfect place where sports and music and fashion and entertainment in general intersect, seamlessly. That's the kind of entertainment value that we're going to build around the games that will take place for weekends, Friday to Sunday. But also we're going to have, music and, really present the culinary arts, some of the up and coming young artists that the continent have an opportunity to showcase, to make these cities destinations where people from different parts of Africa are going to travel to follow their teams and to really experience different aspects of the African culture. We will provide this opportunity to a Pan-African audience, but also a global audience.
I know that you guys combined a 2-day scouting event featuring over 50 aspiring young players. Let's take this to the grassroots. How can the Basketball Africa League assist in promoting basketball at the grassroots in Africa?
I think let's not forget that the BAL, the Basketball Africa League, is building on the long experience that the NBA have on the continent. Certainly we've partnered with FIBA to launch Basketball Without Borders back in 2003, and we've ran it. This past season, this past July, we hosted the 17th edition in Dakar. We're looking to move the event around, and really, when we opened the office in 2010 in Johannesburg, our focus was just to make sure we increase participation among the youth. We made the game of basketball accessible to the tremendous amount of young people, boys and girls who have a passion and talent for our sport. So we've partnered with, we formed authentic partnerships with the likes of whether it's Exxon or the Royal Bafokeng in South Africa to create these programs where young people participate in the sport. Then we moved to launching Junior NBA League to further increase the participation opportunity for young people. Then we started to become more intentional about talent identification and development. We launched NBA Academies, which is, we have a academy based in Senegal. Today we have about 11 to 12 different nationalities, recruited, fully scholarship, and we built a world-class facility with NBA level coaches to train these young people. And we've also hosted 3 NBA Africa games in South Africa, just to provide our fans across the continent an opportunity to see the product live. I think the market have been primed. There's growing interest in basketball, increasing participation. I think the timing is perfect to partner with FIBA to now launch this aspirational level where all the work at grassroots level is going to now be able to be showcased here. We are going to continue to focus on grassroots, multiplying the events and the junior NBA leagues across the entire African continent, and our partnership with FIBA and the Basketball Africa League is going to provide us that chance to continue to support the development of local federations, because the administration of the sport has to. We're spending a lot of time and resources also in referees training. There will be programs to train coaches, because we understand that we're here for the long run. It's not just about, running a couple of seasons, but we are here to develop an entertainment property that is going to be in 10 years one of the absolute best professional leagues in the world.
I love it. Thank you so much. But this one is not from me, President. It's from a viewer. She's in Accra, Ghana. She said, ask him, what are the plans for the women?
We're coming. The good news is we've been very consistent since the beginning in terms of our approach to growing the sport across the continent, whether it's our camps or grassroots activities, and certainly our junior NBA program. We focus across gender, because for us, the number one priority is to grow our fan base and to increase participation. And you can do that by ignoring more than half the population. And it's just so happened that in Africa, there is unbelievable talent, in the women's side. I was in Dakar in August, final of the Afrobasket, and to put a smile on your face, Nigeria beating Senegal in front of, at Dakar Arena. I mean, I think that was a record for any basketball game, I think, that I've been on the African continent. And Senegal, Mozambique, Nigeria, Mali, Egypt, these are countries that traditionally boast very strong women's athletes. And 2 months ago, I think mid-November, I was in Senegal at the NBA Academy because we have a program for the girls also. We brought in 24 girls from 12 different countries. Incredible talent. I mean, I saw a young lady from South Sudan who's 6'8". Young lady from Uganda, obviously players from Nigeria, and I'm talking, 16 years old. So the future is extremely bright, and we're super excited. I get this question often, but we are coming also, to make sure that we create, that aspirational level, just like we have our WNBA league, where we have an increasing number of talent from Africa coming in to perform, just as we do for the men.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Amadou Gallo, President, Basketball Africa League. Thank you for your time. We will continue to monitor the progress of this league. Thank you. So that's it, the president of the Basketball Africa League. Ladies, he said, relax, we're coming. But only in 1 minute before we go on break, this is what we're talking about, the scene in market. I'll come back to you, get your opinion, the scene in market, and they are trying to exploit. Let's go on this quick break now. When we come back, I'll talk about what some of the things that Amadou talked about, and of course, the Nigeria Professional Football League. Don't go anywhere. Stay. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're broadcasting live from our sports center in Lagos, Nigeria. So you listen to the president of the Basketball Africa League, Amadou Gallo, talking about the inaugural league and what's the need for Africa and what we should be expecting. And I'm sure after listening to him, you're now looking forward to the league.
Yeah, absolutely. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to the president of the Basketball African League. I'm more interested in the aspect of grassroots development, where he said they are going to help, set up academies across Africa, train the referees, the coaches.
Just like
very important.
It's as if he listens to us when we're talking about the coaching and referees.
Very important, because for the coaches, you need to impart the right knowledge, modern knowledge on the athletes. Then the referee is very important, because when you have done everything possible, you prepare well, you go for a game.
The referee does not understand.
And the referee cannot interpret the rules of the game, then the game is dying. So, this is encompassing. He has just told us the way forward for basketball on the continent. And every country on the African continent that is desirous of making progress in basketball, you already have a template.
There you go. So 15 teams. And he said the intention is to break it into 2 conferences, and they'll play across 6 cities. So it's about promoting the African culture. So when they're in Kigali, they don't know about Kigali, they come to Lagos, you know about Lagos, and they're in Morocco. And in all, it is geared towards promoting African basketball, but now using a template from the NBA. Awesome.
A template that has worked over the years.
So what else?
And did you see the Kigali Arena?
Did you see it? I'm the presenter on this show. Be careful. That's all we look when we. So I'm glad it was the Kigali Arena. So someone will not say, it's because it's the United States of America. Or when you talk, they say it's because it's Europe. It's the Kigali Arena. They didn't say it's a multi-purpose stadium or one gang. It's the when you mark today, one time.
You don't need to be a jack of all trade and a master of none. This is an arena.
Look at.
It's world class. It's of world standard.
So you see, tomorrow now they can say they are bringing Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder in 4 years. And
the Basketball African League did not make any mistake choosing this arena for the final.
So this is where we'll play the final. Look at this is the Kigali arenas. This is what we should be doing, thinking about sporting arenas in Nigeria. Look at it, Oye. Just look at it. It's the Kigali arena. It's not
it can compete with any facility
anywhere in the world. Look at the MGM Grand, for instance. This is where they fight all of the big fights. And it's not one stadium. Put your mouth where your money is. Put your money where your mouth is. Just do less talks and start doing action in this country. Let's bring it to the main action now. Talk about matchday 15 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. Interesting games went down today. I love it so much because I love the away wins. Yesterday, I was trying to predict away wins, but never in this world would I have seen Kwara United go to Aqua United to win 2-0. No, there's no way you would have seen Heartland go to Aba, beat Aimba 2-0. What happened today in the NPFL?
I mean, these are grounds that are the home teams have built as a fortress. If any team had gone to Adamawa and secured an away win, I mean, it would be understandable. But going to Aba to beat Enyimba 2-0, I was following the trend. I think the last time Heartland did that was in the 2009-2010 season. That's over a decade ago.
Wow.
When the hard and balanced man got Emeka Nwanna and the rest, they went to Aba and got a victory. But, I mean, they thoroughly deserved their victory. Kudos to Super Eagles goalkeeper Ikechukwu Ezenwa, saving a penalty from Stanley Dingba and making save after save. You know, he used to play for the last club he played for before he went to Katsina was Enyimba. And, I mean, when you go to your former club, sometimes you want to prove a point.
Yeah, nah.
And several talking points in that game. He saved the penalties. Nelson Ogbonnaya was injured. He was removed, and they scored 2 good goals.
Wow.
I mean, and everything went on. All the fans enjoyed themselves and went home, you know, having watched a very good game.
We've been talking about the league this season. We love what we're seeing, but some interesting tales came out of Katsina today, Oye.
Yeah, I mean, I also listened to a lot of commentators. I've read a lot of things about that game between Kano Pillars and Katsina United at the Diko Stadium in Katsina. And, I mean, when you look at it historically, this game is always, you know, violence prone because it's like a local derby. These are fans that know themselves in and out. So for me, it should have been rated a high-risk game. You know, normally you have 50 policemen. I'm not sure if you have up to 50 policemen in that stadium. But the story is that the fans of Katsina United did not take the result lightly. They didn't demonstrate enough sportsmanship. And they unleashed mayhem against Kano Pillars, holding the team hostage in the stadium, vandalized a lot of vehicles. And these are not the kind of things we should be hearing.
Yeah.
I mean, we have had good results today. Those should be the highlights.
In the last six match days, it's been lovely, and we've been commending the fans. We've been saying this is the right thing to do. So we expect a prompt response from the league management company because this isn't good for our league football. Sadly, we can't go on with this tonight. We'll continue tomorrow on the morning show and the night show to talk about these things that went down on match day 15 of the NPFL. Onye, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Always a delight to have you on this show. And, of course, to you, wherever you are in the world watching sports tonight on Channels Television. Let's keep the discussion going on Twitter for Channels_Sports, Facebook Channels IFA Sports. That's the show for the team. I'm Austin Okonakpan. In everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.